I chose this road, this path, my path. People ask, where are you going? Do you know what you're going to do? There are so many different directions I could take. Now I'm supposed to choose one? I am confident. I am curious. I'm ready to figure out who I am. I'm on a mysterious journey into the unknown for the first time in my life. I will explore all of its twists and turns, its side trips, its surprises. Because this road leads to me. I am ready.
Juanita, coffee's ready. Juniata, coffee's up. Medium coffee for Juniata.
It is Juniata. Juniata.
Juanita, coffee for Juanita.
Juniata. Juniata.
Hello, everybody. This is President Jim Troja. It's good to have you with us, and welcome to our First Look Friday. Certainly wish we were all together, of course, but with that not possible, this is the next best thing. So I'm saying hello to you from the friendly confines of my home office here at the President's house, where I have been locked up for the last, close to 3 months. So it's great to have you with us, and wish all of you the very best as you begin really narrowing down your college choice over the next 12 months or so, 11 months, as you go into your senior year. Let me just begin by sharing with you a couple of observations of this difficult time, and students particularly. I just want you to know that, while you've missed out on a lot, this period of time is so unusual, and you have been asked to be flexible and adaptive and innovative and entrepreneurial and creative, and you've shown tremendous resilience, I'm sure, to your teachers and to your parents. And these are all skills that are going to serve you extraordinarily well in the coming year and years ahead. So, don't despair. I mean, while this has been a tough time, these are also important maturity moments, if I can describe it that way. So think about what you have learned. Think about the time that you have spent doing the work that you have these past couple months. If you have an opportunity, journal about it, write about it, where you can look back in a couple of years and read what you experienced. What were the emotions? What were the key learning moments for yourself? And you're going to draw upon this time, I guarantee it. And this has come back at some point. You're going to look back and say, you know what, I didn't really want to do that online learning, but this is more commonplace now, and I'm really glad I got versed in that. So, not all is lost through this. It's been difficult, no doubt, but you're going to be able to use this for sure in the future. So hang in there. I know our community as well has grown stronger because of this. We've had to become more resourceful through all of this. And, as they say, when you are in times of crisis, it truly reveals the character, either individually or collectively as a community. And I just want to say that it has been a true blessing to be part of the Juniata family as we have gone through this together. I have been truly inspired by my colleagues, by our students, through the way they have handled this pandemic and how we've had to adjust everything. And so the Juniata character has really been revealed, and it's been remarkable to be a small part of that and to witness the strength of our Juniata community through all this. And one way I would encourage you to get a little bit of a sense of this is to visit our various social media sites and to try to gain some understanding of what makes us tick. As you begin to look at college universities, that's such a critical part of any choice that you're going to have, and that's the culture. It's the people that you're going to be wanting to spend the next 4 years of your lives with. And I think if you were to sort of dig a little bit, you'll see some of the videos that we have done and the presence of the Juniata community at a time when all of us were struggling for some normalcy. So something that we can grab onto. I think the Juniata community did exactly that. So proud to be part of this community. And I hope that each and one of you can be here in the fall and visit in person. And hopefully I can introduce myself in a more of a real way. And if you were part of this First Look Friday and have come in the fall and I'm available, please tell me that this was the first time that we've had a chance to meet. I'd love to be able to make this connection in that way. So real quickly, let me just, I want you to leave with all of you 3 real key aspects, what I think are important for you to walk away from this First Look Friday with. Attributes of our community that I want you to hear from me as the president of this college. we've got a great enrollment team, and you're going to have access to students, the student panels, our faculty. You're going to get a wealth of information. But there's three things that I want you to know from me. And I won't go into a great amount of detail because, you know, hearing this online, it can get a little bit long. But I'll just point out three aspects that I believe are a really important part of the Juniata experience. Number one would be that Juniata appeals to bright students as an academic community, but who are intent on walking the path not well worn. So if you think about the Robert Frost poem of kind of taking the road less traveled, I think that's our community in a nutshell. Our students look at their experiences a little bit differently. And I think we attract a curious student who wants to do great work, but not work that somebody else wants them to do. So for example, our POE is very different. It's a little quirky. It is taking the road less traveled. You get to decide that particular program. It doesn't come off a shelf. You design it with the help of two advisors. And so instead of us providing to you your academic experience, you design it with us. And that's the kind of partnership that we want to be with you in over your 4 years here at Juniata. We call it doing the work of self-discovery. So attracting interested and curious students who just want something a little bit different. So yes, we attract opinionated students. We attracted very open-minded students, fun students, all differently talented to do the great work that they want to do over their 4 years. Relative to this, taking the road less traveled, you know, our location's a little bit different. We're in central Pennsylvania, a more rural part of the state, but we believe it is a beautiful and transformative place to do the work that you want to do. So that's number one. Let me just repeat that we appeal to students, bright students who are intent on not walking the path well worn. Number two, we're not a school for goof-offs or for students who are so smart that they don't want or need to work hard. We challenge our students to self-author their experience, and it's something that relates to the point number one. There are no picking of majors off the shelves here. Our POE is a self-designed type of process you'll be working with your faculty in. So we want to find those students who are interested in really challenging themselves, challenging others, who are all going to work toward the common goal of a unique journey. So that's point number two, that we're not a school for goof-offs or for students who see themselves as so smart that they don't want or need to work hard. We want a student who's ready to engage and work really hard for what they want to succeed in life in. And then finally, and it relates to where I opened up, and that is our community. Number three is about relationships, and that relationships matter. In your college search, in your 4 years, and as an alum, relationships matter. The human resources that we have here are our most important asset, our people. The people that you're going to be in front of for the next 4 years is what you should be considering as you go around and learn from the different colleges and universities that you're going to be visiting. We truly are your partners in this journey, and you're going to see that language often at Juniata, this partnering, whether it's partnering with a faculty member, being mentored by a faculty member, getting to know staff and faculty who are going to be next to you and with you, pushing you, supporting you over those 4 years is absolutely critical. We have fun here. We've got great traditions here that you're going to learn more about as this day goes along and as you spend time here at Juniata. You're going to hear the Juniata family language a lot, and it's for good reason. We support one another here, and it's part of the culture and the ethos here. It's part of our value system in that the relationships that exist are a core piece of who we are at Juniata College. Okay, those three pieces is what I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully I get to share a little bit more of that when I see you in person. I hope you enjoy the rest of your virtual First Look Friday experience, and enjoy the rest of your summer, and enjoy your this next academic year wherever you are. Thank you for being with us today. Take care.
How can a college become a part of you? It's just school, right? Yet in this quiet, powerful place, it's different. It's like you feel it in your gut. The sense of the possible. Every day, I feel my purpose. My friendships here. This energy. It's all of us working together to change this beautiful mess of a world. I've learned so much already. I wonder, what's next? It gets into your being, this place. I know I will take it with me, wherever I go. This is not just school. This is Juniata.
Hey everyone, my name is Steven Simons. I am the Senior Associate Dean of Admission here at Juniata College. And for this session, I'm just going to walk you through some of the nuts and bolts of applying to Juniata, what we're looking for in an applicant, as well as a little bit about our financial aid process. So first things first, as you can see on the screen here, we have some deadlines that you need to be aware of. The fall is quite a few months away, but it's never too early to start planning. So first thing you need to know about applying to Juniata is that we make it very, very easy. First and foremost, we're on the Common Application or the Coalition. Both applications are completely free, so there's no application fee, and it's one application for a bunch of different schools. So if you're already going to be doing the Common App and if you're already going to be doing the Coalition app, there's really no excuse not to apply to Juniata College. So we make applying very, very easy on you, like I already said, with the Common App and with the Coalition, but we're also test optional. So if you're not a very strong standardized test taker, you didn't do so well on the SAT or the ACT, that's okay. You don't have to submit those. We also don't have a supplemental essay. So what does that mean? So the Common App and the Coalition both have an application essay that you have to submit. And some schools will require you to do an extra essay or a set of short answer questions. Juniata doesn't do that. So in summary, no application fee, we're test optional, and we have no supplemental essay. And then if you see these deadlines here, this is when things can start to get a little bit confusing. First and foremost, we have an early decision deadline, which is November 15th. Normally, if you were here in person, I would say to you, after your visit, if you leave here today and you have absolutely fallen in love with Juniata and you can't see yourself anywhere else, then the November 15th deadline is the one for you. However, this may not be the case, so I encourage you to come back and visit, or maybe you love what we said here so much today that you're ready to commit. If you're not ready to commit, but you feel that it's highly likely Juniata is going to be on your list of likely schools that you're going to apply to, I would aim for that early action deadline of December 1st, and if you can't make that one, aim for January 5th. If you are someone who isn't ready to apply early, if you want to prioritize other schools, that's totally fine. That's why we have our regular decision deadline of March 15th. There's no reason to apply early other than your own sanity. If you feel you're ready to apply, if you want to hear back earlier, then I would recommend that. But it doesn't make any difference for merit scholarships. It doesn't increase your likelihood of being admitted. So really try and go at your own pace and do what's best for you. Some other deadlines on here that are important. If you feel that you are going to be applying for need-based aid, you'll fill out the FAFSA, which I'll talk a little bit about later. That goes live October 1st. Earlier you submit that in, the earlier you will get a financial aid package. We recommend that you try and have all of that stuff done by November 15th. There's no real reason to wait. You might as well get it done early. So that's the application process. in terms of what we're looking for in an applicant, first and foremost, we are really looking for students who are going to be successful here. We want to make sure that you're going to graduate from Juniata. So how do we do that? Well, first thing we look at is that high school or college transcript. I want to see the type of classes that you're taking. I want to see that you're challenging yourselves, and I want to see good grades. So junior year, senior year, if you have the opportunity to increase that rigor, to take more honors classes, more AP classes, more IB classes, more dual enrollment, you should absolutely do that. Improvement is really key too. If you were anything like me, maybe freshman year didn't go so well, and even sophomore year, but the better you do each year, the more that stands out in the application. So don't worry if freshman year wasn't so great. Your junior year and your senior year are ultimately the most important. On the previous slide, I already talked a little bit about test optional and what that means. I always say at Juniata College, we have a complicated relationship with standardized test scores. So what does that mean? If you're a good test taker and you do well on the test, that can be a good indication of future success. So I encourage you to submit those test scores. However, if you're not a good standardized test taker and you feel that you're stronger in the classroom, then you do not have to submit those. All that means is we're going to take a harder look at your high school transcript, other parts of your application, and dig into those a little bit deeper. Again, there's no downside to applying test optional. We're not going to take away scholarships. We're not going to decrease your chance of getting in. It's totally up to you, and we can help you decide if you want to apply test optional. You can talk to your admission counselor, and they can make that determination for you. We also want to know who you are as people. We want to know how Juniata can help you, but we also want to know what you can contribute to us. So there's a few ways you can do that. Through the essay, that is really our chance to get to know you as individuals. That's kind of a window into who you are. We also want to know what others say about you. So letters of recommendation, we typically recommend you submit 1 to 3 of those. One has to be from an academic reference, like a guidance counselor or a teacher. But if you have a coach, a community member, if you're involved with volunteering, that you would like to submit that letter of rec, that's absolutely okay as well. Also, there are parts on your application where you can say what activities you're a part of, what awards you've won, things like that. You can put that in there, and we want to see what you've been dedicated to. I always recommend students put a lid on their application. It's a little bit cheesy, but it stands for leadership, improvement, and dedication. If you can demonstrate those 3 things, you're in good shape. It doesn't mean necessarily you're captain of the football team, but if there's a time that you stepped up, if your grades were on an upward trend, and finally with dedication, the things that you've been involved with consistently, that's what really stands out. So those are kind of the things that we're looking for. You are more than just numbers. I'm sure you're going to hear that from a lot of schools. It can sound a little bit cliche, but certainly here at Juniata, we're a small school, we're a small campus, and everybody's presence is felt. All right. Now, I just said that about who you are as people, and then the very next slide I have on here are statistics. And I put that on there because I know that's typically the very first question that gets asked. What GPA do I need to have? What test scores do I need to have? This will give you a sense of what our students come in with. Again, these are just averages. There are students that are above that. There are students below that. But it can give you kind of a ballpark. Again, sometimes GPAs, test scores don't paint a full picture, and that's why we do a holistic review and we look at the things I just talked about, the essay, letters of recommendation, activities, etc. So take this with a grain of salt, but I know that's like the first question I'm going to get asked, so that's why I put it on there. All right, so that's the admissions process. So now I'm going to move on to financial aid. So here at Juniata, just like applying to Juniata is very easy, we make applying for financial aid very easy as well. First thing that happens, you submit your application to Juniata, and if you are accepted, you get a merit scholarship. Now these range from $22,000 to $30,000 a year. They're guaranteed for all 4 years, and they have absolutely nothing to do with the family income. So it's all about what you've accomplished in high school, grades, test scores, quality of your curriculum, things you do outside the classroom, etc. So that's a great way right off the bat to kind of decrease that overall cost that might deter you a little bit. And then finally, if you're interested in applying for financial aid, like I mentioned earlier, you'd submit that FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. We are very committed to making Juniata affordable for you. So as you can see, 98% of our students who are attending Juniata have merit or financial aid. And on average, we meet 94% of demonstrated need. So that means if your family needs a certain amount to afford college, Juniata does a really good job of meeting most of that need. Fundamentally, we will partner with your family to make this an affordable option. That means if you're accepted and it doesn't seem like it's going to work, we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to maybe talk you through the FAFSA. We'd like to help you understand payment options, what outside scholarships you can apply for. Paying for college can be intimidating. It can be very daunting to try and figure all the things out that you need to. But fundamentally, we're here to help you. So you'll see on this slide here, and you can also find it online, the information for our financial planning office. Feel free to email them, give them a call, and they're happy to help you. Also, every school in the country has to have a net price calculator on their website. That means you can go on and you can get a general sense of what you might have to pay for. At Juniata, take that, and with most of the schools you're applying to, with a grain of salt. The net price calculator can't always capture your full picture, but it's a good way to start. And finally, I would just recommend you apply early and often for any outside scholarships. Cool thing that Juniata does is we do what's called stacking. So any outside scholarships you bring in, we just add that on top of the financial aid award. We don't take anything away from you. And so there's no reason not to go out and apply for as many outside scholarships as you can. And the last thing I'll say is that what you see is what you get. When you're a freshman and you're applying to Juniata and you enroll, that financial aid award that you get your freshman year, that's good for all 4 years. We're never going to take the rug out from under you and change that aid award and reduce the amount of aid you're given unless your family income drastically changes. So parents, it's a really helpful way to know that you can prepare truly for what a 4-year cost of education will be. And we also have a 4-year graduation guarantee. So there's no surprise 5th year that you have to pay for, summer semesters, extra classes. So that is a really, really nice way for you to be able to plan. So that concludes my session today. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Thank you.